Hi, Dad. How are you?
I'm fine, Sally. How's the course going?
It's going well, actually. I'm really enjoying my math course at the moment, mainly because it's not that difficult compared to the other modules.
Good. And what about the tutors? What are they like?
Well, I've got 4, and they're all highly knowledgeable. But Professor Jones is my favorite. I really respond well to the way he teaches.
And are your fellow students nice too?
Yes. I've made lots of new friends, and everyone seems to be very hardworking. The course has lots of group work, but to be honest, this isn't really the way I like to study. I prefer to study alone.
Oh, well, I suppose not everything can be perfect.
I know, Dad. You're right. In fact, there is one thing I'm a bit concerned about. My statistics module. I think I might not pass it.
Well, let's wait and see, shall we? There's plenty of time to improve. Don't worry about it yet, okay?
Thanks, Dad. I'll try not to.
Did you want to ask something?
Yes. How often do the tours run, and is there an admission charge?
Well, let me see. The answer to that is that we still run fortnightly excursions for this particular attraction, but we've introduced a few new tours. You'll have to check your updated itineraries for any changes. There should be a revised list attached to the back of your brochure. As for the admission charge, according to this, the student rate was £3.80 until the end of January, but you'll see that it went up at the beginning of the following month to £4.15, which is not going to break the bank even on a student's budget, and it's still much lower than the full adult price of £6.20. You will have to show your student card when you go in, so don't forget to bring it along. Well, that's about it, apart from booking. This can be done in 2 ways. You can either do it at the reception at the Students' Union office during office hours, or go online and book it through our website www.citytours.com.uk. You are welcome to browse, and our site is really user-friendly, so you shouldn't have any problems. Now, let's take a look at the nightlife.
Listen to the talk and complete the notes. Write no more than 3 words for each answer.
The Christmas season begins very early in Britain. By the end of October, you may see Christmas decorations in the streets and Christmas cards and gifts in the shops. Traditionally, people start to decorate their houses a week or 2 before the 25th of December, which is Christmas Day. There are a lot of traditions connected with Christmas. The most important one is the giving of presents. Family members wrap up their gifts and leave them at the bottom of the Christmas tree to be found on Christmas morning. Children leave a long sock or stocking at the end of their bed on Christmas Eve, the 24th of December, hoping that Father Christmas will come down the chimney during the night and bring them small presents, fruit, and nuts. They are not usually disappointed. Sometimes on Christmas Day, the family will sit down to a big turkey dinner and Christmas pudding. Later, in the afternoon, they may watch the Queen on television as she delivers her traditional Christmas message to the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth. If they have room for even more food, they may enjoy a piece of Christmas cake or eat a hot mince pie. The 26th of December is also a public holiday, Boxing Day, and this is the time to visit friends and relatives or watch football.
And here on Radio Southend we have a special guest this evening, Anne French, director of Never Too Far, the smash hit musical from the West End of London, which is currently touring the country. And it's being staged for 3 nights from the 22nd to the 24th of March at our very own Southend Theatre. Welcome to our studio, Anne. I'm so glad you could make it.
Me too. It's been all go. We've had a tremendously busy schedule. We've just finished our last show in the West End and are working 24/7 preparing for our transatlantic tour coming up at the end of May. It'll be my first time in the US and I'm really looking forward to it.
That sounds great, but it sounds like you really have got a lot on your plate. So, Anne, why us?
That's what I've been asking myself. No, seriously, John, this is my local theatre, and that's why it's so special. I used to go to school around the corner from here. Can you believe that? I started directing performances in this very theatre, purely on an amateur basis. Of course, I was still very inexperienced. I suppose it must have been, 12 years ago. This is where it all started, and this is where I finally got my break.
So you must have a lot of happy memories here.
Yeah, so many good memories. One that springs to mind is when we put on the local Christmas panto. It was the first time I'd ever directed anything, and to be honest, it wasn't that good. On the big day, I remember being really nervous, but luckily everyone was so supportive. They cheered and booed in all the right places, and I've never been given so many flowers in all my life. It really feels like I'm coming home.
It's good to have you back. So tell us a bit about the musical. Not all of us have been to the West End, you know.
Well, you're going to be busy, and so am I. We've got a long list of essays to do starting the week after next, but that's okay. I'm good at word processing. What concerns me is taking notes at the seminars and lectures. I hope that I can keep up. Only I'm not that quick at getting things down, and when I try to write fast, I can't understand my own writing. Can we use an iPad or something?
Well, I don't think they're that clear when you're recording in a big area. Some students take photos of other people's notes afterwards, but I think it's better to have one of those mini tape recorders, you know, the ones like the journalists have. I've heard they're really good.
Yeah, that sounds like exactly what I need. But where can I get a hold of one of these recorders?
The university shop sells them. They're not too expensive either. How much were they? I think it was something like £20 or £25. Anyway, it wasn't too much.
Great. I haven't been to the shop yet, so I can take a look around and buy whatever I need.
Well, you know that you have to supply your own stationery as well as textbooks. They've got a big selection if you need anything.
I don't think so. I've got all that I need. Pens, pencils, notebooks. No difference from college, really. So what's your first lecture on?
Just a minute. It says somewhere on my handbook. Here it is. The Influence of Globalization on World Trade. And that's first thing on Monday morning at 9 o'clock.
Sounds like the perfect way to start your week. Rather you than me.
I'm sure it'll be okay. What about you?
Well, I'm luckier than you. Most of my lectures start after 10 o'clock, and I don't start mine until mid-morning on Tuesday. And it says here that it's on the history of archaeology, and it's from 10:30 to 12.
Well, good luck with that one. I think I prefer mine.
Anyway, I'm off to the shop now. Don't want to be late for lunch.
Okay, see you there then.